What is up, PokeFam? My name is Polkadot. Welcome to my channel. If you're stopping by, there's a good chance that the title caught your eye. If you're looking to grade some cards, I'm hoping to help you guys out today. The reason why I'm making this video is I have gotten a lot of messages lately asking about how I get my cards graded or how I go about doing it. So today I'm going to be going over BGS's submission form online. I know it can be a little confusing. It definitely took me a little bit to figure it out, but I've successfully sent off, 5-6 orders to BGS so far. No issues, gotten them back within a timely manner. So personally, I like BGS more, but I really only tend to send newer cards to BGS rather than PSA just because they are so much harder on their grading. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you how to transform a card like this into a slabbed up card and hopefully get that pristine 10 or maybe even a black label like I received back in one of my videos previously if you want to go check it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a few of the cards and how to input them and stuff like that. And then I'm going to fast forward through certain sections and then get to the meat and potatoes of it because I know that's why you came here, because most of you are probably trying to or are in the process of submitting your cards while watching this. So the reason why I'm making this again is because when I first started grading cards, I couldn't find a good tutorial out there. So I'm hoping this really helps you out. Definitely let me know down in the comments. And if you like this sort of thing, make sure to hit a like button on the video and definitely consider subscribing. I do plan on putting out some more informational content here as we go along and the channel grows. So just give me some feedback, guys. But let's get into this. So we're going to start with going to Beckett's website. I have it pulled up here, but I'm gonna type it in and show you what to go to. So when you pull it up, you're gonna get pulled to this site right here. Once you've already been there, it should take you to like the submission page, or that's what mine defaults to. But I just go click on grading packages right there, and it'll pop up a new window. And then right here is where you can see all of your services. Now, if you're doing Pokemon cards or Magic cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'm gonna be going over to Pokemon, but you don't want to do the non-gaming, so that doesn't pertain to us. We want to do gaming. So there's a couple different service levels here. I have submitted a few on the 2-day service. That my black label, I actually submitted that way, and I had it back in my hands within like 6 days of sending it off. So it was absolutely crazy. Personally, I recommend doing subgrades just because collectors or people that are buying these slabbed up cards, they want to see what the subgrades are because certain like higher tiers of subgrades matter to people like that. So, and I'll go over that once I get back to my hand cam. But today we're going to be doing the standard subgrade 35 a card, around 20 to 30 day service. I haven't submitted any on this level. I've only submitted 2-day and 5-day. But with 2-day, you're going to pay 125 a card if you want subgrades, which I highly recommend, and 50 a card if you don't want subgrades. If you're just looking to get it slabbed up for your collection, I mean, that's an option for sure. I just like the subgrades personally, so I guess it's preference. The 5-day service level is 100 a card for subgrades or 40 a card without subgrades, and that's per card. And then standard 35 a card with subgrades. If you do 1 to 50, 30 for 51 to 99, and 25 for 100 plus. No subgrades, obviously it drops down a little bit. And then economy, I haven't personally done this option yet. I'm very impatient, so I don't know if I could wait 60 days for my cards to get back to me. But yeah, so we are going to start with... I'm going to start with a card that isn't in the system already, just so you can kind of see how that works. And then we're going to... I'm going to start with this Armored Mewtwo card right here. So all the cards that I plan to send off to get graded, whenever I sleeve them up and put them in a top loader, I do this to them just so that I pull them out without damaging the cards. These are just sticky notes, or sticky pulls. They look like this. And some of the materials that you're gonna need are some card savers, is what I highly recommend. They look like this. So personally, you can use either these or you can use the Ultra Pro ones that look similar to this. If you can't find card savers, they're a little bit smaller. And personally, I really hate working with them because I feel like I'm going to damage the card, because when you pop them open like this, they're really tight fitting. The card savers are a little bit more forgiving. They're a lot easier to put the cards in. So let's go over what we do. So we have this Mewtwo, Armored Mewtwo, in a penny sleeve at the moment. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take one of these sticky tabs, and I'm going to just kind of put it right there. And what this is doing is it's going to help out the grader, which might make him give you a little bit more favorable of a grade, or it might not. But I mean, if you think about it, these guys are going through, a couple thousand cards a day, pulling them out of card savers or Ultra Pro semi-rigid holders. And this just makes it so much easier because, as you see, I'll show you how to put it in and then I'll pull it out. But so what I do is right when I grab one, I kind of crack it and bend it open like that and hold it like that. And you want to hear that pop. I don't know if you can catch it on the mic, but and then you can just kind of shove it down in there, but gently shove it in there. So there we go. It's in the card saver. But then to pull it out for these graders, all they have to do is kind of just pull the tab and it comes right out. So really helps them out. Might help them give you a little bit more favorable of a grade. But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna input this Armored Mewtwo into an order. So we're gonna go back to Google Chrome, and we're still on this page right here. So for submission and rules and instructions, please read the Beckett Grading Services submission forms. That's what I always click on, and it pops up right here. We're going to do the online grading form right here. You can do the gaming submission form and download it and handwrite it if you want. I've never done it that way just because I have a printer and it's easier for me to do it online. So we're going to click on this. Sometimes it takes you to a new window, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so I already had one that I started in here, so I'm just going to remove that. We're going to basically go up to the top and act like it's a new grade. So submission type, we're going to click on gaming. And then shipping method, we're going to click on FedEx. I'm going to do ground just because I don't need these back right away. Declared value, so you want to take an estimate of what you think your cards will get graded and what you think they're going to be worth when they are graded. So for me, I'm doing a few Charizards and then the Armored Mewtwo and stuff like that. So I'm going to put in here $2,500. And that's just for insurance on the way back. So Beckett knows what to charge you for the insurance that you believe your cards are worth. And then I'm going to click on standard 20-day gaming because I don't want the one with no subgrades. All right. So then we're going to click submit. And then if we go back up here, it's going to say, okay, total invoice amount so far. So that's the return shipping. That's how much they're going to bill your card for return shipping. So we're going to go to find a card. We're going to select on Sport, Pokemon, and then set name. I'm going to show you what happens when you try to find this Armored Mewtwo. So it's from the 2019 Fall Collector's Tin. So let's type that in and see what happens. No records found. Okay, let's try Armored Mewtwo. No records found. Okay, so with that being said, we are going to have to manually enter this, and that's not a big deal. It's nothing crazy or anything like that, but so it's going to be, we're going to start with the card number, and the card number on this one is SM228. All right, and the set name. And if you have to do this, what I recommend doing is going on eBay. And so, like, this is what I would do. As you can see, I already pre-did this. And then I would type in BGS 10, see if anything pops up. Click on sold just because it'll be a little bit more accurate. But then click on the actual listing. And then this is what I did previously. And then I looked at this right here. So 2019 Fall Collector's Chest is what the title of the set is that BGS recognizes. And then it's card number SM228 Armored Mewtwo P. So that's exactly what we are going to input into this. But we're going to do 2019 Fall Collector's Chest. And what I did, just because I was making this video, was I went ahead and pre-did this for a couple of the cards that I do have that aren't recognized in BGS's system. So it makes things a little bit easier, and I can kind of smooth along through it. Armored Mewtwo P, and we have 1, select service type, and we want to click on BGS, not BGV. So let's go ahead and save that. I guess we just leave it as 228, and we click save. And there we go. We added 1 card in there, Armored Mewtwo from the 2019 Fall Collector's Chest. So we have a couple more cards to enter. Alright guys, and we are back. So next up, we are going to have some cards that are in their system. So let me just switch my camera around here. Alright guys, so we are back, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be inputting next. So I have the Vivid Voltage pre-release stamped Charizard. Super cool card. I'm super excited to send it off. So we're going to be sending that off. And then I've opened a lot of Champions Path recently. So I found 2 Charizard V promos that look really good. Okay. And then we are going to be sending off a Shiny V from Champions Path and a Shiny V from Shiny Star V. So let me tell you why I'm doing 2 of these promos. So I like to, if I have duplicates of a card, I like to do kind of like a Sacrificial Lamb. So this one looks really good, but it has a few imperfections. So the theory I have is that if I send this in and it gets a 9.5 or a 10, and then they see this card, which I think is better, and they're like, okay, well, we gave this one a 9.5 or a 10. We have to give this one the next level. So I'm hoping that theory kind of works, but I mean, it's kind of, you know, neither here nor there whether it does. But so we are going to input this card next. It is in BGS's system, so it should be super easy. So let me scoot back over to that window real quick. So we are going to go Vivid Voltage. We got to select a sport. We're going to click Pokemon. And then it is going to pop up some different things for Vivid Voltage. So this particular card is the 2019-2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield Black Star Vivid Voltage pre-release participation promos. Like I said, I did some research before this. So we're going to get pulled up to this window right here. And then we have this card. So we're going to check this box. Quantity 1. Add items. That's how easy it is when they have it in their system. So let me go ahead and bust those out really quick. And we will be right back after that is done. Alright guys, and we are back. So we'll go ahead and take a look at how these look. So we got the Armored Mewtwo first. The Clone Charizard right after that. The Vivid Voltage promo pre-release Charizard coming in after that. The Shiny V. Another Shiny V. Or I'm sorry, Promo V. And then we have the Shiny V from Champion's Path, followed by the Shiny V from Shiny Star V. So now that we have these all taken care of, so right here, as you can see, current invoice amount 305. If you input those and you're like, oh, that's a lot cheaper than I wanted them, like I thought they would be, you can always come back up here and switch this to 5-day gaming if you want, and then it'll tell you what your new invoice amount is. For me, and that would be $760, and I think that is insane. So I'm not going to spend that much to get these graded because I plan on holding on to them for a while. So I'm going to go back to 20-day gaming with subgrades. Click update. So we should have 7 cards here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So we got that all squared away. So then we are going to enter our payment details. We are going to print this off. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what we do next. So we're going to get that printed off, that submission form, then I'll show you what it looks like. And it's important to print the submission label if you're doing it online, because you're going to have to put it in with your submission in the box. So I'm going to kind of fold this back a little bit so you guys can see, 'cause it's got a lot of personal information on it. So as you can see, it's got the cards listed out, and it's important to make sure that you pay attention to how they have it listed, because that's the way you want to order them, like the way you send it into them. So the main thing here that you're going to want is the submission number and what number it is. And I'll get to the, like, I know we have 7 cards that we submitted, but there's only 6 numbers. So I'll get to what you do with this line right here because we have a duplicate. So you can do this a couple of different ways. This next step is just kind of optional, but I do it on every single one of my submissions just because I don't want anything to happen or whatever. But I use Avery labels. It's super easy. So what we are going to do is pull up. I'm going to use the Avery label number that I use, and it's 8160, I believe. So let me go over to share my screen. So what we're going to do is take our submission number, and we are going to type it in. I like to center it, but you can do whatever you want. So our submission number is 516500. Oh, that's funny. So, and we're going to have 7 cards. So we're going to put this in here 7 times. And then we are going to go back to our submission form. And so Armored Mewtwo is the submission number 1. So we're going to do line number 1 of 1. And then for this one, Clone Charizard is line 2. So we are going to do line number 2 of 1. Because there's only 2 cards, or it's the second number and it's 1 of that line. So I'm going to get this printed. All right, guys, we are back. So this is what the tabs look like. So we're going to line it up with these to make sure that it looks correct. Looks good to me. So, and one other thing to point out is when you get, I'm not going to show it because it has personal information on it, but when you get your submission form printed off, there's a spot that you have to sign to have them charge that card that you just paid with in order to ship it back to you. So you are responsible for shipping it there and shipping it back. And they give you a estimate as to what they believe it's going to charge you. So that's pretty nice of them. But let's go ahead and start getting these cards stickered, and I'll show you what I do for those. So we're going to take our line 1 of 1, submission ID number, and we're just going to stick it right over the front, just like that. So I'm going to fast forward through this and do all these. So we have them all stickered, and like I said, it's not mandatory that you do this. I'm just a control freak, and if for whatever reason they were to misplace one of my submitted cards, they would know exactly what order it went with and what line it is on that order, so they should be able to get it back where it needs to be. But we have all of our cards stickered and ready to go. So what I'm going to show you how to do next is prep your cards to be able to send them off. So really all you need is 2 pieces of cardboard that are just about the size of the card savers. If you use the Ultra Pro ones, because you can't find card savers, the cardboard you need is a little smaller. I recommend making the cardboard just barely bigger than the card saver. See how that is right there? Because if it's a lot bigger, they're still going to move around, but if they're just barely a little bit bigger, it's really going to secure them well. And whatever you do, make sure you do not submit them in a top loader. Cards can get damaged. I've had a couple friends who have done that, and they severely regret it. I know card savers are a little bit more expensive than top loaders, but you're submitting your cards to get graded because you care about them and you want them to stay protected. So make sure you submit them in the right thing. If you're having trouble finding card savers or penny sleeves, I do have it linked down in the description where I buy mine from. So definitely check that out. I have card savers, top loaders, and penny sleeves down there. So I know they're getting really hard to find right now. But let's go ahead and do this. I like painter's tape because it's really easy to take off. The graders aren't going to have to use any knives or anything. They literally just peel it off and it comes right off. As you can see, cards aren't going anywhere, so they're nice and secured. And then one thing I forgot to do was I like to throw a couple more submission ID lines on my actual things. So let me get that taken care of real quick and I'll be right back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw one of these on the front and also on the back. Again, this is just me being super, I guess, OCD or whatever. But just in case they lose anything, and then I'm going to write my order on there. And then 20-day gaming. All right, so now that we've got that taken care of, there's a couple different ways you can ship it. You could throw this in a bubble mailer if you want. Me personally, these are some pretty expensive cards, so I'm going to throw it in a UPS or a USPS box. Actually, it might fit in one of these small flat rate boxes. Yeah, I think it will. So next up is I typically bubble wrap these. Just because, you know, you want that extra layer of protection. The cardboard is definitely going to keep it safe, but in the event that something were to happen or something gets dropped on it, this bubble wrap is going to protect it more than, per se, not having bubble wrap and just having it shift around in there. So what I do is I usually tape this. And this part, the shipping it part, is pretty much the same if you're submitting to PSA. The only difference really would be the submission form. Again, I'm not a big PSA person just because their wait times are obnoxiously long right now. I've had some cards at PSA that I sent off in October for express grading, which is, it used to be their like 20-day service, I believe. And I still haven't gotten them back. I don't even know how far along they are in the queue. So I like Beckett because their turnaround times are great. They are a little less expensive for the 20-day service. And I just think the Beckett cases look so much cleaner. So let me sign this submission form really quick. So I'm just going to fold up this submission form right here. And I'm going to throw it in with the package. But before I do that, I'm going to throw one more label on my bubble wrap just in case they get it out of the box, they lose the submission form, and for whatever reason don't decide to open it. Again, me being super OCD, so you don't have to go through these lengths. But I've always done it this way, and I have yet to have an issue with my order being received or returned to me. This might not fit. Nope, we're good. So, it fits in there, perfect. You love to see it. And I'm going to tape this box up really well to kind of relieve some of that pressure. But, like I said earlier, you are responsible for the shipping there. So I use stamps.com. You can use USPS's website. It is cheaper if you do it online rather than going into USPS or whatever. I mean, you can use any carrier you want, but I mean, the flat rate shipping, and it's super quick. Usually for me, because I'm in Colorado, it's like 2 days to Dallas. That's where BGS is. That's where you ship these to. So we got our box all nice and done. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to print my label. On your submission form, it tells you where to mail it. It says Beckett Grading Services, 4635 McEwen Road, Dallas, Texas, 75244. I'll also throw it up on the screen here. But that's where you want to mail it to. So let me print my shipping label, and then I will be right back. And it also helps if you have these label sheets. You can buy them at like Office Max or Office Depot. They work really well with the stamps.com. But as you can see right here, there is the address, priority 2-day. And one other thing I will note is make sure you insure your submission when you ship it there as well. Especially with the way the mail service is going lately. You don't want your package to get lost. But the last thing I'm going to do on this other side is I'm going to write a few things in red because red is noticed more. So I'm going to do 20-day gaming, sub ID number 516500. Wow, that's crazy. I did a submission probably 3 weeks ago, and they were in the low 400,000. So that's how many things these guys are getting right now. Then the last thing I'm gonna write on here is fragile, do not drop. Again, I don't know if the Postal Service pays attention to that sort of thing, but I'm just OCD. So, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape around the middle of this. So there you have it. We have our box ready to go. It is past 5 here, so I'm probably going to drop this off in the morning. I would expect them to receive it Monday and then start working on the grading Tuesday or Wednesday. But that is how you submit a gaming card order to Beckett or BGS online. If you have any questions for me, definitely make sure to drop them down in the comments or feel free to email me. If you think it's something like one-off that pertains to you and you only, definitely email me. If it's something that everybody could gain some knowledge on with my response, then definitely put it in the comments. I will be checking them. If you liked this video and it was really helpful, definitely let me know. Smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I really want to start doing more informational stuff like this, but what I'm known for is we open tons of packs. And I just want to leave you guys with one thing. I did pick up some heat today, and I have a challenge for you. So I picked up some XY Flashfire blister packs. So when we hit 250 subs, we're going to open this bad boy up on stream. And when we hit 500 subs, we're going to open up the Mega Charizard artwork on stream, live. So, I need your guys' help. If you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button if you want to see me open these up live. Share it with all your friends. Blast it on social media. Let's get this channel to 250 and then 500 subs. If we could do it shortly, I'll open them both in the same video. Maybe we pull the Charizard out of it. That would be super sick, wouldn't it? I need some of these to add to my Charizard collection that is growing. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Like I said, if you like this video, smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions, let me know. But I will catch you guys on the next video.